Good evening, Twitch. Or good morning. Or good afternoon. For you people on the East Coast. Welcome to yet another Saturday stream with your enamored host today, Maddie Two Shoes. Or Maddie, or Matthew. I am very glad to be streaming again today. And if you're already in chat, let me know. And we will get started very soon. I'm just bringing up the windows that I need. You may have noticed that we already have, or we have music again. I fixed the issue from last time. I will need to change the music station because I have it on Surprise Me. I don't think I want to be surprised today. So let me just go to something more chill. Maybe like chill bass. Seems like something we could program to. What do you think? So yeah, we are going to do something a little bit different today. Not super different. It's still very much SQL or very much data analytics focused. I've been playing with the idea of doing a gaming stream or a programming stream of something not data analytics focused. But, well, that all depends on what you guys want, what the people want. I mean, I like to stream things that are interesting for me, but they may not be interesting for everyone else. So, yeah, it's maybe worthwhile holding back on that for the moment. One thing I do have to say is thank you. And I say thank you to people who have joined today, people who have been joining previous streams, and to everybody who has left a follow, because 2 days ago I hit 50 followers on Twitch, which I honestly is mind-blowing. I never thought that 50 people would click a button to tell me that they want to be notified when I am talking and presenting. And that's really cool and really humbling. I really appreciate that. And with that, we are only a tiny step away from becoming affiliate on Twitch, which would allow me to join a team potentially, which would be a cool thing. I've been looking at a couple of different teams that may be interesting to join, maybe even starting a team ourselves with a few other data analytics people on Twitch, as it is a fairly small community. We would have more visibility that way. And also activating certain features like channel points, which I'm very, very excited about because I already have a plan for how I'd like to use those. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, a little bit of sushi caught in my throat. That's what we had this evening for dinner. I know you didn't ask, but maybe you wanted to know. In any case, yeah, I just have to get viewership up a little bit, and then we will be ready to roll affiliate. So yeah, exciting things happening. I'm excited, and I'm excited for today as well, because we are doing something I think quite cool. So let me jump in straight to it and show you guys what we are doing today. So do let me know if music's too quiet, too loud. What we're doing today is DataCamp again. I have to say I just really got into it. like the last few weeks, just really been in the flow. So that's what we've been doing. That's what I wanted to do today as well. So until now, we've been doing this skill track. Let me just bring that up here. This SQL fundamentals skill track. And we did everything. So 4 of the 5 courses. And the last one is this functions for manipulating data in Postgres. Yeah, it says that because I scored 150, they recommend that I take this course, which is, yeah, I don't know if you were on stream a few weeks back. I did this assessment. They said it was, I'm in the 95th percentile, which is very good, that I'm better than 95% of the people, but I have no idea how many people really took it. So, and obviously I think SQL in general, it's aimed at pretty much everyone. So I think with a few years experience, you're already in a pretty decent percentile. Sorry, this one I'm just gonna change because it's really irking me. Wow, go to chill EDM. It's even better. So if you're here and watching, say hi in chat. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from, what time it is for you, if this is a good time to stream. I've been keeping it around 9 p.m. CET. That's 3 p.m. East Coast. Way early in the morning for Asia, but yeah, maybe it's a good time, maybe it's not. It's a bit up and down. Anywho, so yeah, instead of continuing with this 5th course here, I wanted to do something a bit more interesting for you as well, but also for me to break up the pace. And these are called projects. So DataCamp has pretty interesting projects. Projects basically are a real, let's say, business case or a real problem based on real data sets. And you get to basically do everything from start to finish, which is kind of similar to what we've been doing on streams the past, since I've started streaming, basically, right? We sort of look at an interesting data set. We say, okay, let's look at all the Uber rides from New York in this and this time frame and see if we can ask ourselves some questions. And DataCamp has gone and provided a couple of these projects. And there's 2 types of projects. There's guided and unguided. Basically, unguided is someone just put something in there and you kind of just figure it out yourself. And the guided ones are more linear. And I've selected one that I think could be cool. If it's not interesting, we'll just stop doing it. Just to be very clear, I wouldn't spend time on something I don't find interesting. But yeah, this one I selected it's a SQL one, and it's what and where are the world's oldest businesses. So we use SQL to manipulate some data and join some stuff to discover the oldest businesses around the world, which I think it's an interesting data set. I hadn't thought of looking at this kind of data set. So yeah. So it loads what's called a Jupyter notebook. If you're not familiar with Jupyter notebooks, they are I would say, consolidated version of writing code and documentation in the same place. It's something I haven't used very often. It's something I'm probably going to start doing more and more because I like to write documentation the same time as I write code. And that's why it allows you to do that and format it nicely so it's nice to read. There's different solutions. There's a couple of different ones that allow you to do the same. Oh, I just noticed I have to do one thing briefly. Give me 1 second here. Got to close out a few things. So we'll just cut back. Lily, welcome again. Good to see you. How are you doing? What do you use normally for documentation? So that really depends. If I'm writing just SQL, then I will inline comment my SQL code so that the code is easily understandable. However, if I'm writing SQL in the context of, in the context of business problems and things like that, then typically I'll be using the tools that the business provides, such as, Confluence, like this Atlassian product, which is kind of like a wiki thing where I can insert code blocks with finished code. But of course, something like a Jupyter notebook would be perfect for that. And I'm well, thanks for asking. I'm very well today, actually. Feeling very good this weekend. So, so this project that DataCamp has for us is kind of funny. It has different tasks. You can see here that the tasks are linear. This is one of the guided projects, right? So it has a question, and then you're supposed to answer that question using SQL. And it's a good exercise because it sort of also challenges me to not ask the questions myself. Like with the data sets that we've been working with up until now, I was always asking the questions and then answering them. And this time, or sometimes in chat, people would write a question, but here the questions are coming from someone else. And I think that's a good exercise because it kind of simulates my work, right? It simulates what stakeholders would be like. Oh, can you tell me more about XYZ? So yeah, I will probably do something with documentation. So it's good that you asked, Lily. Probably do something about kind of data documentation and visualization, because I have been researching a few kind of, what would you call them? Yeah, I would say analysis and visualization tools that tie into documentation, because if I want to visualize data, I mean, in the past, we've been using Metabase, for example, also running locally, like my Postgres database. But I think I would like to have things sort of tied more together. Like I would want to have, in an ideal scenario, somewhere where I can write code and execute it and visualize in one place. But I think, it's maybe a tall order, let's say. We might have to split it into, like, I write code in DataGrip, for example, and then I use that code somewhere else on a chart or something like that. Or I just use the output of the data or something like this. But that's, for another stream, another day. So Lily says, I just currently have a bunch of folders, SQL one named by date, one for projects also by date. So I mean, in DataGrip, the way, I don't have it open right now, but the way I use in DataGrip is I have a project. In that project, I have like a work view and then a personal project, and then I'll have my Postgres, and then for each data set, I make a new schema. But of course, in a work context, it's a bit different, right? So I use Confluence too, but a lot of the exploratory work is not at the point where it's finished for documentation. That's right, and that's what I struggle with as well, is that if I start kind of slapping things into Confluence, people maybe start assuming, this doesn't look right, or they start commenting, and that's really dangerous, right? So what I tend to do in Confluence is, if I put stuff in there, then I put like a huge flag on the top of the page using the warning markup, and say like, oh, this page is under construction, don't use any of the information here, or something like that. So that's one way of getting around that. Thanks for recommending DataGrip. I tried and was able to set up connections to Azure. Yeah, DataGrip supports like over 21 different DBMSs. And that's really, really cool. I'm a huge fan. I actually downloaded PyCharm the other day just to try it out, because they do also have part of the data grip. So it's also from JetBrains. They have part of the data grip suite in PyCharm, but it's not the same level of database access. Like it's not as full-fledged. But my connections are not reliable. Oh wow, that's great about the Confluence tip. Yeah, you're welcome. I was able to set up the same themes I like for my PyCharm. Normally use PyCharm. Oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah. Ah, your plugin would time out in PyCharm. Yeah. Yeah. No, DataGrip's really made for data access. So yeah. But today we, well, probably won't be using DataGrip. Who knows, right? If this project is boring, then we'll go do something else. I do have something planned for Monday, which should be quite fun. It may or may not involve Netflix data. So yeah, if you're here hearing it, then keep it in mind for Monday. But we are here now to discover the oldest businesses in the world, apparently. So we have to select some data. Our first task is to select the stuff in the business table. And this is really interesting with this Jupyter notebook. They actually take us through everything. So they describe how this data came about. I won't read this all to you. You can always pause the stream or the VOD later to read some of the details. So this company, this website in the UK researched the oldest company that's in business from almost every country and put the results in a data set. So I don't know, there should be like 200 something rows. That's how many countries there are, right? I think. I don't know how many countries there are in the world, actually. And then so there's all these, it describes the database, which has 3 tables: categories, countries, businesses. Very simple. And here we actually write our code inline in the Jupyter notebook. It's really cool. There's this like SQL notation where it uses Postgres again. Woohoo! I mean, I really like Postgres. So it uses Postgres to connect to this database. So I should not remove this line. It was very adamant about that. And I need to select the oldest and newest founding years from the business table. So actually, what I'm curious about is if I just select some data from here, I don't know, like limit 10, what happens now? How do I even execute this? This is what I don't quite understand. There should be like a play or execute. Could you please zoom in? The text is really small. Sure, I can make this a bit bigger. Is that a little bit better? It was actually a bit small. I have a very, very large screen and have tried to do a lot of different tweaks to make sure that it appears okay on stream. Shift enter. Oh, where did you see that? Ah, so there's a, oh, right, we have to put the relation. Oops. So there's a database, and what's the relation? Does it tell us where the relation is? Thank you for that, Lily. I didn't know. From the businesses table. Maybe you don't even need. Oh, okay. Oh, this is cool. So yeah, it executes inline, and it's really interesting. It's not at all like DataGrip, right? Because you don't have like an output window or something. Everything is really within this frame. So you see in, out. It's really interesting. I find it really a cool approach. It can, together with like documentation and stuff, this could be a really nice thing to use in a business context. So it's something I'll be looking into a little bit more at some point for sure. Yeah, how's the music volume, by the way? I'm always a bit uncertain if it's too loud or too quiet. So The idea is that when I'm not talking, at least there's not complete silence. Good. Good. Music is good. Wonderful. All right, so we want to select the oldest and newest founding years from the business table. So we want to do year founded. The oldest and newest. Well, that's easy. So that's min, max. We don't need the limit anymore. 578. So Lily says, yes, to share with others, there's NB Viewer, and to share the raw editor environment, there's Jupyter Hub. It can be great to show technical work with outputs like graphs. Very interesting. Is Jupyter Hub then like hosted, or is it a cloud environment that like companies basically can make a subscription to, or is it something like GitHub where you can just have licenses and stuff? I'm always really curious about that, because obviously the pricing and stuff like that are super important. Okay, yeah, it's fine if you're not sure. I just was just curious if you knew. So okay, we can call this. We should make aliases, right? Min, year. If this is going to be documentation, then we definitely should. So one thing I'm not sure about here is like how like auto formatting and stuff works, but yeah. So this is interesting. The max year founded is 1999. So some countries, oldest business is from 1999. I'm really interested to see where. Okay, this will be interesting. So let's go to this. Okay, so we can check project. Oh, wow. Oh, so it checks all of them at once. Okay. So some tests failed. Okay. Yeah, okay. This is odd. Odd. But they don't want us to alias them, it seems. I mean, this is just my assumption. Oh yeah, okay. It passed 5 tests. Okay. So we go to the next task. How many businesses were founded before 1000? In one country, the oldest business was only founded in 1999. Okay, this is, yeah. It's pretty incredible that a business has survived for more than a millennium. I'm guessing it's something super basic, like mining or something. So get the count of rows in businesses where the founding year was before 1000. Okay. Oops, there we go. Where year founded. I mean, this is really simple queries, but it is interesting. I made a typo somewhere there. Businesses. I don't know why they named it that way. 6 companies. Okay. Nice. So which businesses were founded? Having a count is all well and good. Which businesses have been? Select all columns from businesses where they're found. Let me just, I don't want to retype this every time. So we're gonna select everything from businesses where you're founded below. Order by year founded, oldest to newest. Descending would have the largest number on the bottom? No. Let's check this. Ascending. There we go. Oldest to newest. Japan. Kongo Gumi. St. Peter Stifts Culinarium. Winery. Okay. Austria, Germany, France, the Royal Mint. Ah, okay. Sean's Bar in Ireland has been around since the year 900. Okay, okay. Very good. Exploring the categories. Now we know the oldest continuously operating company in the world is called Kongo Gumi. And we pronounce this in Japanese as a long O, Kongo. But does company, what? Oh, what does that company do? The category codes in the businesses table aren't very helpful. It's better to keep different types of data in different tables. Now we have to join. Okay. So we do select business name, founding year, and country code from businesses and category from categories. We'll call this BU. Order by BU, year founded. Okay. So we have select BU dot to check these columns. So this is the one thing I would say about like this kind of documentation is like with data grip, you would have everything on the left. You'd have like the table structure and stuff in here. You'd have to go back up for very complicated tables. It might make sense to actually do the queries somewhere else. I don't know. That's something I need to adjust to. So it's called business, which is a terrible name. For a name, I would just call it business name. And if it's in the business table, you can just call it name. But anyway, year founded, BU dot year founded. Who else is watching today? So Lily has shown herself in chat. Who else is around? Might be some lurkers just watching at the moment who haven't said anything yet. What else do we need? Country code. Country code. Okay. And then we also need the category from categories. So we have this category code, and then we have a category code in categories. They are both varchar, so that's good. So we will do left join. Categories on. I'm writing everything in lowercase today, by the way. I can't be bothered to like format this properly. So, because I don't know if this is going to really live on for that long. In any case, ca.categories, or is it category code or categories code? Category code equals bu.category. Oh, code. And then we do ca. Oh, that's funny that it's gone red. I guess it already knows that it's from the other one. Very interesting. And we want the category, which is just called category. Again, they could have used name or something. All right, so these are the 6. Construction? Cafe, restaurant, bar, distillery, manufacturing, production, cafe. So food. It's also not surprising, to be honest. People have needed to eat since forever, so. I'm just gonna keep clicking check project, even though I'm not done, just to see if it validates each one. All right, so we have to count the categories. Blah, blah, blah. We can see it's a construction company. We also see cafe, winery, and bar. Mints. All right, which industries are most common? Here we go. That would have been my next question. It's like, okay, what is the age distribution of all of these? Select the category and count of category as n. Okay. CA category. From where? Okay. Count BU dot star. Oh no, I can't do that. I have to do BU dot. Is there an ID or something? Ugh. It's not even an ID in this table. Okay. That's unfortunate. We'll just use the business as the business name. From business, we don't need this anymore. Group by one. Hope I can use group by here like this. All right. Limited to the 10 most common categories. Order by 2 descending. There we go. There we go. Banking and finance. Distillers, vintners, breweries, aviation, transport, postal service. Aviation and transport? Aha, I suppose transport. The methods that existed before. Yeah, before before the methods we have today. All right. Let's check this, see what it likes. Nice, that passed too. Okay. Oldest business by continent. It looks like banking and finance is the most popular category. Maybe that's where you should aim if you want to start a 1,000-year business. Okay. May I ask why you did order by 2? Ah, okay. So this is Postgres. It's not Postgres specific, but not all flavors of MySQL support this. Not all flavors of SQL, sorry. But basically this references the column order in the select. So if you have a select star, then doing it this way is not very good because it won't know, depending on the order of the table, then it's not clear what you're actually grouping and ordering by. But if you have a very small number of columns selected, then just having group by 1, order by 2 is basically referencing 1 and 2. It goes in that order, and it's way faster to write than writing out this. Also, you can't write order by n because the alias is not yet known in this. Exactly, 2 is the count. So you could write order by count bu dot business, but you know what I mean? Like this is way more tedious writing it this way. But the alias doesn't work because the alias is not yet known at the time of execution. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that works here. Normally the alias would not be known. I'm not sure why it works here, but normally this alias would not be known here in the order by. But yeah, I think it's just a habit. In data group, this wouldn't have worked with the alias, I believe. Could be also versions and things like that. It's best practice to write out the column names, of course, in the final, in a final version of a code that would be deployed somewhere. But yeah, otherwise it's totally okay. If you're just executing queries very quickly, then this is like the fastest way. Speed. All right, so oldest business by continent. Select the oldest founding year as oldest from businesses. All right, so min year founded bu dot. This is called oldest. Continent from countries, and from each continent or each continent ordered from oldest to new. Okay. The wording is a bit odd, but okay. So left join. So we have a country code in the business table and a country code in the countries table. So left join countries CU on CU dot country code equals BU dot country code. And actually I did a SQL exercise the other day, not on stream, where they always use the one from the from first. So the BU dot country code equals and then the one from the join. And that's normally the way I've seen people do it. But I actually write it the other way around. It makes no difference. It's literally the same execution. But for me, it's just easier to understand in this left join which key I'm using from this table. That's just the way that I write it. But you can write them both ways. But someone asked me about it, which is why I'm telling you right now. And I put the educational tag on the stream, so I should educate in some way. Yeah. Select the oldest founding year as oldest from businesses, continent from countries, and for each continent, the formulation is odd. I had to reread it like 3 times now. So I'm also supposed to select the continent and then order the continent from oldest to newest. Okay, I'm just gonna do it the way that I think is right. So it's gonna be cu dot continent. Is that right? Yeah. cu dot continent. Min BU year founded is the oldest. And then group by 1, order by 2, desk. Oldest to newest. Although actually it's not descending, it would be ascending, I think. Okay. Looks good to me. Oh, something failed. The results should have column named oldest and continent. Oh, what? Oh, they want it the other way around? Seriously, guys, come on. That's a little bit pedantic. Really. Like, maybe their code checker can't do it, but I think that's a bit... What? So no grouping? Okay, so I will say one thing about this. I do not like doing a group by on columns. Like, I don't like doing aggregations before the group by statement. Sorry, how do I say this? I don't like doing aggregations first if I'm going to be putting dimensions in a table. The reason for that is because if I have something else in here that is also an aggregation, something else, then this becomes really confusing because I need to group by 2 and order by 1 and 3, for example. Or it just gets really messy. I don't like it. And I disagree with them doing it this way. And that's just for the record. Good, so check my project, whatever. So joining everything for further analysis. So there's a jump in time from older businesses in Asia and Europe. Yes. When analyzing data, it's often really helpful to have all the tables you want access joined together into a single set that can be analyzed further. Here that means we need to join all 3 tables. Well, look at that. We will join all 3 tables then. Select business, founding year, category, country, and continent. Right. From businesses, and we're gonna left join. Oh, what was the other table? Categories. It's a bit, there we go. So categories CA on ca.category code equals bu.category code. So you see what I mean here? It's a bit easier to read for me. Like categories is using the category code and the country is using the country code. And then I can see basically on the outside, if I would format the code, on the outside I can see all the keys being used from my, in the case of it all being left joins or inner joins or something. If I'm doing more complicated joins with multiple conditions, obviously it's a bit more difficult to read anyway. But in this case, like I'm always referencing the kind of master, the left table on the outside here. Anyhow, that is my take on this. Lily, I'm glad that you think it's organized. My brain only works this way. It doesn't work any other way. So what do we need here? Business. bu.business. Then we need the founding year. bu.year founded. Then we need the category. Category. And we need the country. I don't know why it's highlighting some of them. Does anyone know why that is? I have no idea why that is. Really weird. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. So this is our data set. Check it, please. Thank you very much. Counting categories by continent. I'm definitely copying this. We're going to need it. Having businesses joined to categories and countries together means we can ask questions about both these things together. Count the number of businesses in each continent and category. Okay. Category. Continent. Oh, it's probably the other way around, isn't it? So, continent. Category. And then we do... See, now I would expect like a business ID or something, right? Because then I could do that with just bu.id, but I have to use the business. Just call this N. Normally I would call it like CO for count. Oh, was it an indentation error? Could be in some, I don't know. Seems aligned to me. Yeah. Strange. Very strange. Yeah, I haven't really worked with Jupyter notebooks, so could be some kind of inline formatting thing. Yeah. Oh, it's telling me tests failed. I haven't tested it yet, man. All right. So yeah, I usually use like CO prefix for count, like this, but it's not gonna like that. Let's see. It didn't tell us to alias it, so. Group. Oh yeah, I always forget group by. It doesn't matter where it is. It really doesn't matter. For example, which are the most common categories for the oldest businesses on each continent? So Africa, most common. Oh, I want to order by here. Order by 1, 2, and then 3. 1, 2 ascending, and 3 descending. Is that the right syntax? I always forget if you want to do multiple order bys. Something like this. Multiple order by come on. I know that there's an easy way to do it. blah, blah, blah. Oh, you just comma them. So it should just be like this then. Nice. There we go. So order by 1 and 2 ascending, and then 3 descending. That's what I want. That didn't work. Whatever. Check it. Let me know if it fails. Yeah, it failed. The reason it failed is because... yeah, see, they didn't tell us to alias it as n, but they want it to be called n. Now it passed all the tests. Wonderful. Yeah, okay. Now I have to filter. Repeat the previous query, filtering for results having a count greater than 5. So this is a great example of something. So if I do group by blah blah blah, no, that's, sorry. If I do where n greater than 5, it should not work. Voila. You see? The alias is unknown. And if I do this, it will also not work because you cannot use aggregates in a where clause. Aggregate functions not allowed in where. So the easiest way to filter this, in my opinion, is to do like this. With CTE1 as, just make this a common table expression. Then you do select star from CTE1 where n greater than 5. Done. Still stays really readable, and you have the result that you want. Other people might have just done like this. Select star from blah 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 where n greater than 5. But honestly, the code is not as readable because there's nested selects, and I just don't like them. You have to do like some really nice formatting to make sure it's good. Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh yeah, because it doesn't have an alias. Yeah. And you also have to give that nested query an alias, which is kind of whatever. It doesn't really do anything for me. Oh. Counts are not correct. Excuse me? What do you mean the counts are not correct? What? I don't see what's not right. Maybe we try the CTE route. I don't know what's not right. What? How is this not correct? This makes no sense to me. Repeat the previous query, filtering for results having a count greater than 5. Okay. Maybe it's an error. Filtering. Order the results by descending count. Order by n desk. Is that why? Oh my gosh. 1500 XP for that project. This is cool. I'm gonna download the notebook. As in Notebook the movie. So how does it give it to us? Project.zip. Data sets. That's nice. Oh, it gives you like the raw data sets and stuff. That's cool. All right. That's fun. Very fun. That was quick. I didn't realize we would be done so quickly with this. Oh, that's weird. Get this leave site error. Finish. Okay, so we got 1500 XP for that. Nice. Interesting. Well, maybe we should look at some other projects. I was looking if there's any other SQL projects. So we did that one, fine. So introduction to DataCamp projects, boring, that's just some intro thing. Analyze international debt statistics. How about no? I don't know about you guys, but I'm not that into debt. I mean, meaning not that I have debt or not, but I'm somehow not that interested in debt. Yeah, I have like these other ones in here because I've been thinking about doing other courses in R and Python. Lily, why not? Because I mean, the data is also from World Bank. I'm a little bit skeptical about that organization, let's say. I don't know. What does it say here? It's not that we humans only take debt to manage our necessities. A country may also take debt to manage its economy. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a background in economics or anything. I just don't think it's so relevant for me to understand national and regional debt statistics. So I'll leave this for some other time. I think I will just go back to our skill track. Oh wait, there was also these career tracks. I actually wanted to see something here. So if you click SQL, there's literally only one career track, which is called Data Analyst. And it follows the curriculum for the Microsoft Certification Exam 70-461, Querying Microsoft SQL Server 2012-2014. Of course, this is still relevant today because Microsoft products are used for such a long time. So 6 years later. Learn the basics of database design and different SQL types. I mean, we could probably blast through this, but I think it's very repetitive because we did so many things in the intro to SQL. What could be interesting is, where was it? So there's database design. That could be interesting. It's something I haven't really focused on until now. But let's just continue with skill track today. If someone wants to see something else, by all means, let me know. But yeah, I think we will continue with the final course. It says 4 hours. Don't hold me to that. Definitely not gonna do a 4-hour stream today, but we can definitely start this. So as I mentioned in some of the previous streams about DataCamp, I am skipping the videos in the sense that I'm not going to show the video on stream. I'm not going to play the video on stream because I think that's really, I mean, they invest a lot of money into these courses and I paid for it. Sometimes I look at the transcript in the video if I think it's going to be very complicated, but I just skip it. Ooh, a quiz. That's nice. You learned about some of the common data types. Think back to the video. Okay. Which of the following is not a valid text data type in Postgres? Car. Actually, yeah, it's car, yeah. Oh, the button is also... Really? I know that string... Okay, varchar exists. I should have watched the video, you see. It's string that doesn't exist. String exists in other SQL database types. Cool. Still get XP for it, even though I guessed wrong first. Oh, okay. It was just one quiz. Question. Select all columns from the information schema tables. Oh. Getting information about your database. This is actually really good. I don't know so much about this topic, so that's actually really good. Every Postgres has a information schema dot tables where table schema equals public. Single quotes. Yep. So this is really cool. In this information schema, you can see all the different tables that are in the database based on what schema they're in. And you can see a lot of stuff as well, like you can see stats and things like that. I think it's cool. Oh yeah, I use this a lot. Oh, really? Okay. Definitely more experience than I have in this one. Blah, blah, blah. To discover information about tables in the DVD rentals database. Well, this is definitely an old database, right? Because DVD rentals, I don't know about you guys, but yeah, Blockbuster is not around anymore. So select all columns, although that's how Netflix actually got started, was, you know, sending discs through mail. Interesting fact for a potential upcoming stream, perhaps. Maybe a little bit of a clue. Select all columns from the information schema column system. Oh. I didn't know this exists. So you can basically get all the columns in everything? Aha. Yeah. So you can get the index of the table, basically. All right. Run code. Yeah, okay, so you can see like the ordinal position of the column. You can see its defaults, nullable, yes, no. This is what, of course, DataGrip shows you, and it's very visual. All right, that's very cool. So show me more things. Data types. The columns table of the information schema also allows us to extract information about data types. Yes. Okay. Select the column name and data type. Information schema, where table name equals customer, column, and then data or type. I don't know what they're called. Run code. Column name. Oh, literally called column name. Data type. Nice. So we can see all the different data types here. So Lily, you said you use this a lot. Why do you use this so often? I mean, maybe because you didn't have DataGrip. You were running the queries because you couldn't see what kind of data types you're working with. I don't know. It's just an assumption on my part. Does anyone else use the information schema a lot? I really haven't had any use for it until now. Date and time. Because there are 1,000 different tables to look through. Oh, okay. That makes sense. To find the table you need for some keyword. This is true. DataGrip has a feature called full text search, which saved my butt 2 or 3 weeks ago when I needed to find an ID in a table, but I didn't know which table I needed to look in. So I just basically said full text search everything from SAP and then just put the ID in the search. And then it took 3 hours, but it found it for me. So that's also very cool. So this is just about data types. Date and time, my favorite concepts. Yeah, that's such a long time, but it's also like a super massive data set. Like it's the entire SAP export for our company. So, I mean, it was like a Friday afternoon and I just said, okay, I'll run it. And then I, go have free time. And then 3 hours later, I came back after, it was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 p.m. already on Friday. So just let it run when I wasn't using my computer anyway. I definitely wouldn't sit there for 3 hours during work time waiting for it to complete. You lose all hope after 30 minutes. Yeah, don't we all? I mean, I've had queries take a long time. I tried to execute a query. I was teaching some SQL at work last week. And I tried to execute the generate series function for milliseconds between 1970 and 2020. And of course I was doing the math in my head going, this is not going to execute in any space of time. So I had to stop the query because it was not going to execute. It's just too many rows. Certainly locally. I mean, it could work in something remote like BigQuery or something that has the power to scale the system behind dynamically. But of course, if you're just doing it on your computer, you have like a hard limit of your hardware, right? And software to some extent. So properties of data and time data types. I hammer this into people who ask me about SQL and say, you need to understand the difference between date and time because they are not the same thing. So I'm hoping I get this right. Which of the following is not correct? Timestamp data types contain both date and time values. Yes. Date data types use year, month, day. Yes. Interval types are representations of periods of time. Time data types are stored with time zone by default. Oh, I don't think that's right. Yes! That's right. There's no time zone by default, which is why storing stuff in UTC is the shit. Pardon my French. Please store times in UTC if you don't put a time zone. Makes everyone's life easier. Interval. That's good. I actually don't use the interval function a lot. So this is good for me. Very good. DataCamp knows, like they know how I scored and they said, you should take this course. So that's cool. Look, we can see what's in the course. Working with date time. Ooh, parsing, manipulating text. That's cool. Full text search. Oh my God. We just talked about that. Wow. Okay. That's really cool. So let's continue with this. I'm excited. Is anyone else excited? This is pretty cool. Select the rental and return dates. I don't know the columns, I'm just gonna look. I assume they're called rental date, which they are. Rental date and return date. This is like, because I know what I want to do next Monday. This is kind of funny that we're looking at this kind of data right now. But anyway, Add an interval of 3 days to the rental date to calculate the expected return date. Plus 3 day. I think it's 3 day. 3 days. Oh. I don't remember interval. I might have to look it up because I don't remember it. Plus interval. Oh, yeah. Doesn't know what to do here. Is it 3 day? Yeah. It didn't know what to do. Obviously, if I just do plus something, it has no idea what to do. So this is cool. So now we're probably gonna calculate, if I had to guess what they want us to do from this, we're gonna calculate who returned it late. Looking at the result, we can determine that a DVD was returned late if a record has an expected return date earlier than the actual return date. What? Yes. Working with arrays. Oh dear. So I'm gonna regret not watching this video. I already know that. Oh dear, 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 dear. Most data science requires getting data out of a database using SQL queries with select statements. I love how they've generalized data science to the point where data science means getting data from databases with SQL. Not sure I really agree with that one. Create table command, create an empty table, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Array types. Square brackets to the end of the data type that you want to make an array. So my background, coming from knowing JavaScript and JSON objects and things like that, it definitely helps when I went into SQL and started to find out more about arrays and things like that. So yeah, an array is not the same as comma separated values and stuff like that. Whatever, we'll just jump in, and if we get it wrong, get it wrong. It's all about learning, right? So accessing data in an array. We have a text array of text values, phone numbers, email addresses, blah, blah, blah. So this looks like, where is the array? Yeah, here we go. Special features. So it's like when something is in multiple categories, for example. So the way I would normally design this, if I had the choice, would be that I make a special features table and I map each special feature to which film ID. And then I can create that myself and I don't need to have an array. But sometimes arrays can be useful because you can store multiple pieces of information in the same column. All right, so select the title and special features. Really? That was weird. I don't know, I got an error, but it shouldn't have been an error. Sometimes the interface is a bit buggy. It happens. Use the array index of the special... Oh yeah, so array index. This is very cool. So where special features 0 equals trailers. The problem with this, really? Oh, maybe it's 1. The problem with this is that it only includes the values where trailers is the first value. And I'm sure, I hope, that they're going to talk about this because we don't know. Trailers could be like the third value or something. They didn't talk about it yet. Now let's select all films that have deleted scenes in the second index. It's great that we've already done a stream in the past about movies. We know so much about movies. Where special features 2 equals deleted scenes. All right. Nice. Now we know how to access arrays. Ah, lovely. Now we can search the array using any. I have rarely used this function because I've basically split the data into separate tables and with keys, right? So I didn't need to do that. But the any function is really cool. When using the any function, the value you're filtering on appears on the left side of the equation with the name of the array column as the parameter in the any. So any special features trailers, and this should give us anything. You see? Okay, let's find one that has trailers somewhere else. Oh, okay, so hold on, let's see if we can just jig this and special features, where is it? There. Special features 1 is not trailers. Oh, it doesn't exist. All right, so there's no values in there that have this problem anyway, but it's fine. The any function is a flexible tool that we'll use often when searching an array. Yes, that's true. I should remember this. It's actually really cool. Very, very cool. Oh, what's this? With ampersand greater than. What? I don't know about this. Who knew about this secret in Postgres? I didn't know about this one. Use the contains operator to match the text deleted scenes. What am I supposed to output? Special features? It doesn't tell me what to output, but I guess that's what they want. Where array name special features hat greater than. Interesting. So this also does. I don't understand what the difference is. Okay, let's look this up because I'm curious to see if there's any drawbacks. Google's having issues with this. What's this called? Operator is an alternative syntax to the any. Okay. Oh, can we just keep getting more XP? Is that how it works? Oh no, it only gives you once. Oh well. Okay. Chapter 1 is done. Working with datetime functions. Nice. Arithmetic operators. Please tell me it's not what I think it is. Oh no, okay. These are very important. Date trunc, extract, date part, they are all very, very, very important because honestly, date functions are, I mean, time series data, it's just so prolific. I love that they talk about this. I'm sure that at this point in the course, you've questioned why we're using a fictional DVD rental store as our sample dataset. The Sakila database is a widely used sample dataset for working with and learning about relational databases. In fact, it's been more than 13 years since the data in this database was created. Okay. Cool. Date time. Calculate the number of days rented. Okay, so f dot rental. Wait, what? Subtract the rental date from the return date. Rental date? No. What? Return date minus f dot rental date as, oops, days rented. Okay, I'm very confused about this. Return date does not exist. Oh, I see. It's from rental. R.R. That's why. Basic mistake. Ace Goldfinger. Days rented null. Maybe it wasn't rented? Now use the age function. Okay. Age. This is basically the same thing. Is it rental date first? No, hold on. Return. I can't remember which one, if it's the small one first or the large one. I guess we'll assume it's the large one. Return date and rental date. Still a null there. I'm sure there's a reason there's a null. Yes. We'll dig into why this is accurate and what it means in the next exercise. Okay, if you're running a real DVD store, there will be times when you need to determine what film titles were currently out for rental. Because the return date is not filled. Each rental in the film has associated rental duration column, which represents the number of days that a DVD can be rented. In this example, you will exclude films that have a null value for return date and also convert the rental duration to an interval. Here's a reminder of one method for performing this conversion. Cool. Convert the rental duration to an interval. All right. Inventory. Film. Rental duration. So f dot rental duration interval plus interval 1. Wait a second, convert the rental duration to an interval. Strawberry Jesus, welcome to the stream. How do you like DataCamp? What a loaded question. Overall, I think it's very good, to be very honest. I think it's very good, but there is a huge spread in the quality of the exercises and explanations. Sometimes, so like each course is done by one person, and then in this specific in this course I'm getting like a consistent messaging because it's done from the same person. But if you're running through a track like I'm running through this SQL track, and you get 5 different courses from 5 different people, sometimes it's really all over the place, and it's bad sometimes. It's actually bad. I mean, I found 2 mistakes so far, which is not great. It's not terrible. Mistakes can happen, right? Everybody's human, but in a course, it should be reviewed more. I mean, especially if there's like an order by at the end that causes the query to fail, that because it's not commented out. You know, it was like there was an order by here. It's on one of the previous streams that we discovered that. So basically, when you executed the query, there was a second order by in the bottom here, somewhere like down here, causing the query to fail. So basically, they didn't run the code because it wouldn't have run otherwise. So yeah, overall, I think it's great. For the price, I mean, hard to beat, really. I mean, if I look at Udemy and stuff, 180 a year to have access to everything on the site, I think is great. Have you tried or heard good, bad things about DataQuest? I've never heard of it, to be very honest with you. So as someone who's been writing SQL now for, I would say 4 or 5 years almost. But yeah, more 4 years. I haven't had a lot of need to go deep into SQL courses. I'm mostly on DataCamp for the R and Python stuff, which I'll be doing this year. But and that's something I'll probably share on stream as well, by the way. Are you starting DataQuest or looking into it? Or are you looking into courses in general and deciding which platform to take? Convert the rental duration. Does that even work? Not sure. I'm looking into courses in general. So far I use free stuff, Coursera. I would say the free stuff is also okay. It's just hard to kind of know, depends on your objective, right? If you're just sort of looking to get into it in general, I think free stuff is probably fine. But it's not reviewed, so there's always a risk that some of the information might be incorrect, right? I was checking out DataCamp and DataQuest for data science and machine learning stuff. Yeah, I haven't looked at the data science or machine learning stuff in general online. I tend to do that stuff with peers, with colleagues. So I'm very fortunate in that regard, right? If you don't work with data scientists, then you don't have that option. I don't think this is correct, but let's see. Can come from good orgs like unis or companies, but courses vary, like some are shallow, some are not. Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean the kind of spread of quality is even bigger than having just one platform with different instructors. That's for sure. Yeah. Maybe someone else here has experience with some different platforms that they'd like to share with Strawberry Jesus. Like Udemy or something like that. So calculate days rented as we did previously. I like Khan very much for math. I'm not familiar with Khan, but if you're really into math, then power to you. Yeah, math's hard for me. I mean, this is okay. This is like Khan Academy. Okay, interesting. Let's Google it. All right. Cool. Interesting. Very nice. Oh, it's a non-profit. That's nice. Our mission is to provide a free world-class education to anyone, anywhere. That's very admirable. Very nice. Cool. Thanks for sharing that. Didn't know about that one. Rental date. Sponsored by the Gates Foundation. Oh, okay. I missed that. Where return date. Oh, right. Is null. Oh, wow, that totally worked. We didn't name it. Whatever. I think they'll accept it. No. What? Outstanding rentals. Return date is not null? What kind of... What? Exclude rentals with a null value. Why? This makes no sense. Have you ever checked out something educational at Kaggle? No, I've been using Kaggle for the datasets because there's a lot of really cool datasets on there, but I've never never done any of the courses or something on it. Someone please tell me that this doesn't make sense. Like with this comment. Filter the query to exclude outstanding rentals. If I have a rental that doesn't have a return date, then it's outstanding. So I would say is null. If the return date is null, then it hasn't been returned yet. And so far, these are the ones that have been rented. And the checker is looking for not null. What? So this is wrong. That's getting screenshotted. I tend to send these to them. I don't know if they really do anything with it, but I at least send it to them. Because it's either the checker is wrong or this is wrong. One of the two. Yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense. So Strawberry, coming back to your point about quality, sometimes there are mistakes in the DataCamp stuff. Like, it's small things like that. It's never huge fundamental stuff. And of course, syntax is very personal, let's be honest. Do they give you the option of doing stuff outside the web browser? I can't really answer that one because I've only been doing it in the web browser. The project we just looked at earlier in the stream, I'm not sure if you were watching, was a Jupyter notebook, which I downloaded, but the original data set is online. So can I download this data? No, not really. I don't know if I can get the data from the course, probably not. But you know, I mean, I would just do that in DataGrip. If you've been on any of the previous streams, I'm not sure if I remember you from previous streams, but I would just get a data set and do it in DataGrip if I wanted to do it that way. I'm just using DataCamp for the sort of guided approach. Yeah. As you've seen in previous exercises, the rental duration is the number of days allowed for a rental before it's considered late. You can do a row or two by hand and try to test this code without their checker. Yeah, I mean, you can just select this and just run it. Oh, I see, like that I could validate against the data set to determine whether the checker was wrong or something like that. Yeah, I suppose, if that's what you meant. I suppose, but yeah, I mean, in the end, look, people can make mistakes. It's not a huge deal. not a huge deal for me. I can always write my own query. Like I can always write whatever I want in here and just execute it. If I just do like this and just run code, then it just executes what I have in there. So I can do whatever I want. In reality, I just can't download the data. Also, because of that project, we have like huge daily XP. That's kind of cool. All right, so we have to calculate an expected return date, rental duration, and add it to the rental date. Okay. That seems straightforward, I guess. Add the rental duration to the rental date plus, is this from here? Oh, that's rental duration because it's an interval. Expected return date. So the rental date is in the rental table. So it's r dot rental date. So Strawberry Jesus is asking, what do you do at work mostly? So there's no typical day, let's put it that way. But it's a mix between SQL queries, if I'm looking at data in our data warehouse, or modifying a view, for example, for something we use for Tableau, because we use Tableau as a BI tool. But a lot of, like if you're asking what a general day work looks like, also some meetings, of course. On the other side of things, I do kind of a lot of conceptual work and strategic work about thinking about our tech setup and tech stack and where we want to go. At least at the moment, that's the case with my current employer. And also kind of the more classic digital analytics things, like looking at data collection in the front end, topics like privacy and cookies and all that jazz, and working with tools like Adobe Analytics and tag management systems and things like that. So kind of not a typical data analyst job. What's your reason for asking, if I may ask? Maybe I can answer the question a bit better. Convert rental duration. Nice. Now we can compare the expected return date. Let's copy this. To determine if a rental was returned late. Current date and time. Nice. Yeah, now. There's a now function. Many times you will want to retrieve the current timestamp without the time zone. You can do this by explicitly casting it as seen in this example. Yes, you can cast blah blah blah. Postgres provides alternative methods for retrieving the current date and time values. The current timestamp function returns the same result as now, and either approach can be used pretty much interchangeably. So I've never understood the difference between current timestamp and now, except that with current timestamp, you can specify a precision parameter. You can have it rounded. That's cool. Just wondering, I work in a similar field. Worked, okay. Refreshing my skills after a gap. Nice. That's good. I believe in continuous learning. So while I have, 3-4 years of SQL experience, I by no means know everything. So it's always good for me to run through these kinds of things. And I think SQL is like a really, really entry-level thing. Like for anyone working in data analytics, I believe that they should learn SQL. I learned SQL far too late, I would say, career-wise. Would have liked to have learned SQL 6 or 7 years ago. But now I'm armed with that knowledge and I approach things in a different way, which I think made me a better analyst, I think. So you can use current time to get the time value with time zone, without the date, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's a quiz. Use the console to explore now, current timestamp, current date, and current time functions and their outputs to determine which of the following is not correct. Sweet. Okay. Let's do it. So we got now, current timestamp. Wow, this is, yeah. Current date. This is always good to review this stuff. And current time. Run it. Current timestamp is without the function. And current date and current time as well. There we go. Now is the only one that has the brackets. Ugh. Yeah. So that's cool. We get to see that everything is different. And you get to see that I'm not lying to you about my time zone. As if that was a thing. So the current date, 13th. About tomorrow. If you actually celebrate. For me, it's just like any other day, to be very honest with you. I don't need some corporate schmooze people to tell me when to show my appreciation for my partner. But that's just me. So current time is just the time value. Timestamp is date time. And now is the same as current timestamp. That makes sense? What is wrong? Now returns the current date and time as a timestamp with time zone. Yes. Current timestamp returns the current timestamp without time zone. Okay. Current date returns the current date without a time value. Current time returns the current time value without a date value. This is wrong. That's right. There is a time zone, +0. Nice. Select the current timestamp. Okay. Oh, use now. Okay. Select the current date without any time value. Now you use the cast. Oh, okay. Cast now as date. Oh, wait a second. To eliminate the time zone. Ah, wait, no, that's wrong. Timestamp? There we go. Yeah, so let's select the current date. Use cast to retrieve the same result from the now function. Current date. Cast now as date. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. This was a very good review of dates and times. Now we get to manipulate. Oh, okay. Current timestamp without time zone. And aliases as right now. Oh, that's wrong. We have to do timestamp. Nice. Now select a timestamp 5 days from now. Okay. Interval 5 day plus current timestamp as 5 days from now. Cool, cool, cool. Just give me a moment here, sorry. Important text messages. How are people doing today? Everyone doing well? Hope your weekend's been nice so far. Yep, all right. So let's use a second level precision with no fractional digits for both right now and 5 days from now. Okay. Okay. Sure. Current timestamp. Second level precision. Is it like that? I forget the syntax for this. Come on, just tell me. Yeah, it's in parentheses. Current timestamp precision. Postgres. Precision specifies the number of digits in the... it's the number of digits. How many digits? 0 fractional digits. Okay. Let's run this. Nice, okay. Current timestamp 0 as right now, interval 5 days plus current timestamp 0. Cool. I really like this one. Extracting and transforming datetime. Lovely. This is one of my favorite functions that exists in Postgres or in SQL in general. Extract day of week. I think it's day of week. I can't remember the syntax for it. I always have to write Postgres, otherwise you get everything. Day of week. Yeah, okay. Day of week from rental date. Run, run, run. Oh. Oh, maybe it has to be in single quotes. No. Okay, I have to look it up. Extract. Field from timestamp. Blah, blah, blah. Century, decade, epoch. Blah, blah, blah. Week, year. Wait, what? Oh, really? I didn't know it was just like that. Really? Huh, okay. Cool. I'm guessing, well, we have to know how it, okay, this is helpful. I don't know when the week starts though. That's something I would want to know. Okay. So extract date of week. Oh, you can do it without single quotes, fine. From rental date. Count the number of rentals. Highly complicated stuff. Count. Star as rentals. Voila. Day of week 0. Okay, let's find out what day it is. Extract. day from rental date as day. Group by 1, 2. Oh, it's weekday, I think. Weekday? Day of week. Day. How do I get the name? I did this once before. Okay, whatever. We'll ignore that for now. Maybe it'll tell us later. What days of the week are busiest for DVD rentals? I wonder if this is still the same today for services like Netflix, whether the days of the week are the same popularity. I really wonder. What do you think, chat? Do you think, I mean, let's assume 0 is Sunday, just for the lulz. Order by 2 descending. So most popular is day 2, which would be Wednesday. No, Sunday 0, Monday 2. Yeah, okay, it would be Wednesday. Would be Tuesday nights. Don't know if this is representative. Probably not. All right. I can't wait to get to this text part. Really. Didn't get the XP there. That's gonna sting later. Truncate the rental date by year. So I use this a lot. If I need I do this a lot because sometimes I have a timestamp and I don't want to just convert it. Please. But you do still need to cast it, because if you don't cast it, then you still get the timestamp in there, which is just, well, you know, kind of pointless. They're probably going to make us do that now, watch. Okay. First we have to do it again. Is this the most efficient way to get year out of date time? It depends what you mean by efficient. In terms of speed, I think so, yes. Datetime conversions are very computationally expensive. I would agree with you. I think extract is probably the most efficient, but I cannot tell you for sure. Technically, you could run 2 queries and see which one performs better. In theory, I mean, the conditions won't be the same every time, right? Server load, etc. Caching, I don't know. Oh, seriously, why is it making me do all of them? Have I not proven that I know how this works by now? I'm probably gonna get this one wrong. No. Finally count the number of rentals by rental day. Count star as rentals. (28th of May), there were 196 rentals. Seems like a lot. 29th of July 2005. Seeing as this was 15 years ago, ignore my previous question about whether this data still applies to today. Although, you know, habits are habits. Even if it's online now with Netflix, people might still have the same habits. Oh, cool, we get to use everything together. Okay, extract the day of week. Date part from rental date. Okay, age, rental days. Use an interval for the upper bound of the rental date. Rental date between cast blah 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 as date and cast blah 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 as date plus interval. Is that what it wants us to do? Yeah. That seems right. Okay. Use a case statement and date trunk to create a new column called past due, which will be true if the rental days is greater than the rental duration, otherwise it will be false. Yeah, they've basically written everything for us. Thanks, DataCamp. Case when. Extract day from. Oh no, it's date trunk, sorry. Blah blah blah. Use date trunk to get days from the age function. I misread that. So Andrew Purdy rented Love Suicides on the 24th of May 2005 at 11 p.m., which was a Tuesday. Ha! It was a Tuesday. So I was right that the week started on Sunday. And currently, I mean, based on this data set, I mean, currently, like in the past, currently, he had it out for 9 days. And so it was overdue. Bad, Mr. Purdy. Bad. Yeah, that's awesome work. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. Reformatting strings and characters. Oh, that's fun. Yay. Concatenation. Concatenation with non-strings. Changing the case of a string with upper and lower. Blah, blah, blah. Init cap will convert a string to title case. Oh, I didn't know about that one. Replace function. Manipulating straight with reverse. Really? Okay. Replace? Maybe they'll even do some regular expressions in this one. Wouldn't that be awesome if we could also do regex and SQL together? That's a dream come true, honestly. All right. Concatenating strings. Nice. This one was probably pretty short, that chapter. I can't click these. Anyway. Concatenate the first and last name and email. What the? Well, okay. This is straightforward enough. A lot of people think regex is nasty. It's funny how some really like it and some really hate it. Honestly, I have a love-hate relationship with regex. I won't lie. Sometimes I love the power of regex, and sometimes I am appalled at the complexity of regex. First name. I use the concat function to do the same thing for whatever reason. And then we have to say with what? Oh, they want us to... okay. So we have to put these in. See, this is why I don't know. Like, why do this again? Like, why make us do this again? Email. Like this, I guess. Nice. Same thing again. So Lily, tell me, love or hate regex? And anyone else in chat, let's have a poll, an informal poll. Regex, love or hate, or have no idea what it is. Feel free to say. Concatenate the category name to convert it to uppercase. See, this is what I mean. Like stuff like this, you know, just needs to be double checked. Upper. The category name, and then init cap title. Convert the description column to lowercase. Cool. Hate the Lily says, hate the process of figuring it out. Love that it exists. I love the process of figuring it out. I just get really frustrated with the syntax a lot, with escaping characters and all the pattern matching. But yeah, I agree. I love that it exists, definitely. I think it's extremely powerful. It's a bit like SQL, right? It's super powerful and is really useful in a lot of cases. Nice. Replacing string data. We're going to replace all white space with an underscore. So if I remember correctly, it's field title, then it's what we're looking for and what we replace with. I think that's right. Yep. Ta-da! Parsing strings and characters. I just skipped through that because I think it's relatively straightforward. Determine the length of the description column. Okay. Is it len? Maybe it's len. No, it's length. It's gotta be length. Len was somewhere else. Description as desk len. Oh, please. Is it not len? No, it's length. Yeah. 96. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow. Okay. The length function is useful when combined with other string manipulation. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Where will I see this? Ah, in truncating and padding. Okay. The first 50 characters. Ooh, yeah. Trunk. What function is this? Ah, left. Of course. Left. Description 50 as short disk. If you look at the results of the query, you'll notice there are several results where the last word has been cut off. Ooh, that's cool. Last full word. I would love to know how to do this. Extract only the street address without the street number from the address column. What? Use functions to determine the starting and ending position parameters. Okay. I'll take a hint on this one. Find the position in the address column of the first space and pass this as the first parameter of substring. Don't forget to add 1 to the result of the position. Oh wow, okay. So they've done position with position 4. Oh, I don't use this often. Let's try. Position for Postgres. Search string in main string. Blah 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 in something. Yeah. So position address something something in. Oh my gosh. This is beyond complicated, this one. That went from like easy peasy to absolutely super massively difficult in one exercise, basically. That's pretty savage. I want to see how they did this. So substring is addressing this, which gives me, hold on, +1. Wow, okay. That's really cool. That's really impressive. That was beyond my capability, what they did there. I mean, I'm just not familiar enough with position and stuff to really understand how they did this. That's really cool though, what they did. All right. Combining functions. Extract the characters to the left of the add. Okay. I know that there's a nice function for that. Pass the add as the first parameter of the position function. Left. Email? This can't be right. Substring. Is that right? Let's try that. Regex for life. Real Trevor Foe. Nice to see you in chat. Regex for life. Yeah. I mean, you'll have to. you'll have to use it. So that worked with the left. Now they want substring. Use substring to extract the characters after the add of the email column and alias the new derived field as domain. These are actually, like, this is a really common thing that you'd probably have to do, right? If you have the email address in a database and you want to extract the domain, this is one of the ways to do it. I personally would have used regex by now, to be very honest. But yeah, we can definitely do it this way. Substring. Oh, what SQL flavor? This is Postgres that DataCamp uses, which is my personal favorite anyway. So I do like that. Substring extract the characters after the at. So we're going to use position again here. Split part. Yeah. Oh, this is really just... Sakila customer. I already would have murdered someone for writing data into a data table that looks like this. Like upper email and lowercase domain, honestly. So position add an email +1, and then, Jesus, this is a mind bender. So if I'm doing, just trying to think this one through, it's pretty hard. What is the result of how do they want, what do they want me to do here after with the position? So if you've gotten the at, all right, they want to exclude the last part of the domain, right? Position add in email +1. Fuck it. Oh. Okay. But they didn't do it. I mean, they didn't do it. Didn't do it how I would have done it. Position for length. Why did they use length? +1? This one really baffles me. I don't deserve any XP for this one because this one baffles me. Why they've chosen this way and why this even... So they're subtracting substring email. That's the field they start with. And then this is the position statement. For length email. This is beyond me. Why this works, why you would do it this way. Hopefully it's regex. No, truncating and padding. I split part this twice because I'm super lazy. Yeah, I would have done it with regex extract. Just with the match sequence, and then this wouldn't have been an issue. Also, I think performance-wise, doing it that way is probably not the best because it's computing the length of the string and when it doesn't need to. Concatenate the padded first name. Oh, come on. And again with the stupid concat function when you can just use double pipe. They've shown us both in the course. Padding strings is useful in many real-world situations. Like when you need prisoner names padded because otherwise they don't know how to read them out or something. Add a single space to the end or right of the first name column. Okay. Is this what they want? What? Really? Request for exploring data in Panoply next time. Now I think I know who this is. All the light bulbs going off now. So long, Trevor. And so not Monday, but maybe one after that. I'll write you an email. Definitely a possibility. It would be more fun than trying to figure out why they're using RPAD. Just show it to me. Make sure that you use RPAD on the first name. Okay. So it's like this. And take care, Trevor. Thanks for joining the stream. We are going to be finishing up soon. Definitely. Just want to get to this full text search and extensions thing, depending how long that one is. Add a single space to the left. First name. And LPAD. Last name. It's the same thing. Oh my god. Honestly, I do not have the patience for this. That's why I'm using up my XP. Just take it. Continue. Wonderful. Trim. This is useful. Concatenate the uppercase category, name, and field title. Alright, so upper. Oh wait, no, sorry. Concat. We could have just used the pipes again. Upper. Category name. So FC. Film category. FC.name. And the film title. So F.title. Truncate the description, remove trailing white space. Ltrim. Remove trailing white space. Hint, hint, hint. Yeah, that's fine. The left function will truncate a specified number of characters from the beginning of a string, yeah. Left. All right, first 50 characters. F.description 50. FC name does not exist. Oh, it's just C. Okay. Is this right? Could not find the first entry in the concatenation. Truncate the description to the first 50 characters and make sure there's no leading or trailing. Oh, right, it's just trim. There we go. L trim is just left trim, and R trim is just right trim, and trim is both left and right trim. Okay. Putting it all together. Truncate the up. No, just no. I have no patience for it. No. Honestly, it's just why? You know, why? There's so many better ways to do this. There are so many easier ways to do this. But, you know, position in reverse. Honestly, this is so overkill. Full text search. All right, so what is this about? Built-in functions. These are, okay, let's check this outline. Oh, wow, it's actually full-blown. Ooh, like operator. Okay. I use like a lot. Lily says, what other ways? Oh, sorry, I blasted through that. Basically, in this manipulation, let me go back here. So, in this manipulation, they've done, so they want to truncate the description without cutting off a word. And then they want to subtract the position of the first whitespace character to do that. I would have said, if you want to have a description which is 50 characters, and you want to have the last word not be cut off, then I would have used a regex match to return the last white space within 50 character limit, rather than doing it with position. But that's just how I would have done it. In the end, it didn't even work because this is their solution and it doesn't seem to work, to be honest. So, I mean, I don't really know. Okay, they didn't cut off a word. But does it make sense? I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah. Well, anyway. So yeah, I mean, I would have used regex, but of course they would have had to introduce regex as a topic for this course, and I don't think that's feasible. So I would say let's just go through this one because I don't know about extensions, so that would be cool. And then we'll call it quits for today. And I think we will probably go raid Carl because he's online. So we'll definitely go do that. I'm sure Lily approves. The fact that you'll go, if you would go watch Carl, of course. I mean, that's a long time to stay at your computer. But I'm happy to bring people over to him because I think it would be relevant. If people are watching what's happening here, then they'll probably want to see what he's doing. Oh, and that's so funny that there's gold in here. So select all columns for records that begin with the word gold. Okay. Where title like gold. %. Gold River, Gold Finger, Gold Mine, Tycoon. Cool. Select only records that end with the word gold. Come on. It's just the other way around. Okay. I was eating at the same time. Oh, well. In German we say, or in Swiss German we say Enguete, which basically means bon appetit, which means enjoy your meal. There's no literal translation for it. To be good or something. I don't know, there's really no literal translation for it. Select only records that contain the word gold. Would be % on each side. What were you eating, by the way, Lily? Out of curiosity. I'm quite a foodie, that's why I'm asking. You saw how to convert strings to TS vector and TS query in the video. Haha, we didn't. We're going to dive deeper into what these functions actually return. You will convert a text column from the film table to a TS vector. Oh. This is in order to understand machine learning, like natural language processing. So that's cool. So TS vector description from film. Oh, you can do this in Postgres? My mind has been blown. Really? This is cool. Oh. What? That worked anyway. Oh, this is nice. It counts all the occurrences. Oh my word. Ha! Word. This is really cool. This is really fascinating. I did not expect to do this. Take out Malaysian. Some spicy stir-fried meat and onion with rice and chicken and radish soup. That sounds delicious. That sounds really good. Malaysian. I don't think I've had Malaysian anytime recently. Nope. Nope. Don't think so. I wouldn't even know where to get Malaysian here, actually. Convert the title to a TS vector. So to TS vector. Title. And match it against the TS query. Equals TS query. Elf? Does that work? Maybe like? Or in? Ah, wait, it's the other way around, maybe? Could be the other way around. No. I need a hint. Don't forget to use the match operator at. Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm not familiar with this syntax at all, and we didn't watch the video, so we are learning by doing. Oh, okay. That's really cool. So where's... Ah, it's in the title. So I've just searched for elf in the title, basically. Okay. How we can extend Postgres. Okay. This might be very hard. Just as a warning. Oh god. Yeah. Oh. User-defined data types. Okay. Create a new enumerated data type called compass position. Okay. I think this is with create function. Okay. I do not know how to do this. Enum. Okay. Compass position. Let's try like enum. So it'd be like create type as and use north, south, east, West. Oh, I needed to name it. So silly. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, there's no results yet, obviously. Okay. And now, confirm the new data type is in the PG system table. Ah, yeah. Start from information Schema dot tables. Where is it? PG table. I think it's where type name equals compass position. PG type. Oh, maybe it's just like this. Oh, right. Okay. Nice. Nice. Seems like it's in here. Ooh. User-defined data types that are available in the Sakila DVD rental database. The Sakila database has a user-defined enum data type called MPAA rating. The rating column in this film table is an MPAA rating type, PGR, etc. Ah, okay. Film ratings have a limited number of standard values that rarely change. Yep. This makes sense. Select the column name, data type. Oh, we did this before. Column name, data type, UDT name. Where where the rating column in the film table, where table equals film and rating. Wait a second. Filter for the rating column. Column equals rating. Ugh. Only include records where the table... Oh, 1 second. Sorry, bad cough. Didn't want to blow your eardrums out. Or blow your speakers. Where a table name is film. Ah, right, you have to use actual column name equals. Boom. No. That worked. Okay. Very cool. So select all columns from PG type where type name. What the? MPA rating. I don't know what the syntax is. Would you blame me for that, chat? Honestly. Type category of E, which is enum. Enum. So select the title and the inventory ID from film inner join Oh good, we're doing an inner join. Inventory as I on f dot film ID. They're doing it the other way around, but that's fine. Film ID. They could have just named this ID because the table is called film. And this could have just been called ID, but okay, it's fine. What doesn't exist? Excuse me? Oh. You see? I instinctively just called it ID. User-defined functions. If you are running a real-life DVD rental store, there are many questions you may need to answer repeatedly, like whether a film is in stock at the moment at a particular store. In this exercise, you will build a query step by step that can be used to produce a report to determine which film title is currently held by which customer. Okay. Neat. Determine whether the inventory is held by a customer. Held by cust. I don't know what do I even need to do here? Oh, they want me to define this function already. Okay. I dot inventory ID. Okay, what does this look like now? Yeah, but where's this function defined? I don't even, okay. Show it to me, because I need to know how they did this. Only include results where the held by cust is not null. Where inventory held by customer I dot inventory ID is not null. Is that right? I guess. Boop. Wow, this is taking a while to execute. Excellent job. I just don't... Where is this function defined?
Wow!
Oh, Boods Marcelino. Thank you very much for the follow. Very appreciated. Not sure if it was very visible because of that dark interface, but it is still very much appreciated. Intro to extensions, enabling extensions. We might just have to blow through this one because, yeah. I'm gonna sacrifice my XP for this one. So, okay. Create extension if not exists. So I made an extension. Select all rows extensions. PG extension. Fuzzy string match and PG TRGM. Okay. Select the film title and description. Film title and description. Calculate the similarity. Fuzzy stir match. Title. Description? I don't know. they defined this extension? I have no idea. Oh. It's a similarity function? What does it even do? What does it even calculate? I've never heard of that before. But very interesting. Okay. Title and descriptions columns are not very similar, based on the low number returned for most of the results. Lily says, wow, because you also never heard of similarity as a function? Now let's take a closer look at how we can use the Levenstein function to account for grammatical errors in search text. Ooh, okay. I think these are extensions. I've never heard of these before. They must be extensions. So title. This is cool though. Always learn something new, right? Calculate the Levenstein distance. I actually have heard of Levenstein. I was using this in the context of a machine learning model once. Yeah, that's really interesting. So if we want theory on this, Levenstein distance. Yeah. String metric for measuring the difference between two sequences. So if we use the previous thing we looked at with TS vector, that would actually be pretty interesting. I would love to do that actually. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna note this down. TS vector. This is just my Trello board with all of my Twitch ideas and streams. And I don't want you to see all my ideas because that would spoil it. Wouldn't it? And this is, let's call it. Yeah, there's just some cool stuff in there that I have planned, and I don't want to spill the beans. So, and if you want to know how to do that pixelation function, if you're also a streamer, then do write me, and I will link you to the tutorial that I found for that. It's really cool, actually. All right, so we'll just submit this. Oh, oops. Calculate Levenstein distance. Or with the string jet neighbor. What? For the film title with the string jet neighbor. Text or data column that you wish to search and the search string. Okay. Neighbor. Like this? Run. Interesting. I don't know what that's doing, but okay. Requires one edit to match the plural version of the word neighbor. Okay. That's really interesting. Huh. Okay. Putting it all together. We use many of the techniques and concepts we learned throughout the course to generate a dataset we could use to predict whether the words and phrases used to describe a film have the impact on number of rentals. What? Really? Okay, that's pretty awesome. Match astounding drama in the description. perform a full text search by converting the description to TS vector. We know that's TS vector. Description. At. Like that. Okay, an astounding drama. Okay. Calculate the similarity. Similarity of title, description. We're almost there. Sort the results by the new similarity column. See, you have to execute this again. It would have been cooler to do this with a common table expression. This is the highest similarity. Cowboy Doom. Okay. Where is it? Similarity between what? Oh, right. Description. Okay. We've just scratched the surface of what you can do with full text search and natural language processing with Postgres extensions. Okay. Oh, that's it. OMG. You reached the end of the track, but haven't earned your statement. You are 0 courses away. Excuse me? Say what now? Oh, I think that was some kind of bug. Yay! Awesome. Okay. Wow, signed by the CEO himself. Super cool. All right. Well, I think that's it. Thank you, Lily. Glad you learned a lot today. I also learned a lot today. Didn't expect to learn that much, but that's what you get. And now we are going to go raid Carl, because I believe that he is streaming right now. So let's go take a look. Carl, for those of you who are watching who don't know, Carl is a streamer who streams data science topics and is very, very active in streaming about churn and subscription metrics. And that is why I think it would be great for us to go over there. So let's take a look if we can go raid somebody. Carl, we are going to raid you, my friend. 3 people are ready. That's great. So thank you once again, and see you hopefully on Monday.